Good morning, people. Okay, I was guided to do a new video about Ascension shifts, about the shift that's going on, because I feel that there is huge shifts going on at the moment. A lot of energy, a lot of feelings, a lot of thoughts, a lot of upgrades. It's very beautiful, but it can also be a little bit confusing for the human part of us, for the 3D part of us. And I feel everyone is going through this, every single one. We are not alone. You are not alone. We are going through this together. Mother Earth is going through this. Our animals are going through this. Everyone. And one thing I have paid attention to a lot is the thing of forgetting. And I spoke with a friend about this because she mentioned that she has had the same symptoms. She knew people who has had the same symptoms. I have. And I know of people who have. And I feel it's a part of this ascension. It's a part of the shift that's going on. And tapping into the energy, the thing that came through for me with this is that it's because that we are relearning. I don't know if relearning could be the right word, but I feel that we are learning to handle energy in a new way. The world, the new world order, new world shift, the age of Aquarius. So we have to forget the old way of doing things. My eyes keep running in water. My nose is a little, I don't know if it's because that it's pollen season. Is that what you call that? But yeah, I feel that it's a part of this shift, the ascension. So let me know if you have had the same way, you're forgetting things. It can be random. It can feel scary. And I do feel it comes along because that we need to focus on the new way of being, the new way of speaking, the new way of thinking, seeing, sensing, a new way of manifesting. And with me saying a new way of manifesting, I do feel that we are actually tapping into a new way of manifesting things into our reality. And with saying that, I also feel that we are closer, Spirit was like showing me this, we are closer connected with what we are manifesting. We are more connected with the universe. And the way that I always try to teach people when it comes to manifestation is that you need to see yourself as having a golden thread that goes from your heart. Some people see it as a golden thread going from the belly button, which, that's very saying. You can see it from both, right? Belly button is the life-giving source. So the belly button, which actually makes sense thinking about it. Thank you, Spirit. The belly button is connected with our, is it sacral chakra? I always confuse the sacred with the solar plexus. But the color yellow comes up with that. And our stomach is where we feel confidence, right? Secure. So it actually makes sense that that area, the belly button and the heart, is connected with this thread that goes from the universe and down to us, from us up to the universe. And I feel that that's golden thread is just connected all the time. It has been, but I feel us humans, we have become more aware of it. We have become more aware of what we want now in life. We dare to actually dream bigger. We see ourselves in a new way. And it has been coming up for quite a while. The past 3-4 years, which makes sense with the pandemic, because I think all of us like our world turned upside down. We created fears in our reality that never was there. And we are still learning to let go of that kind of fear, which also can be very scary, right? So there's a lot of things happening. And this video is just going to be like kind of like a chit-chat ramble video where we just speak about how I feel, how you feel, and we go with the flow. So I hope that I'm going to touch upon everything. I just saw 11:9. 11 is a major sign of ascension, of the shift. 9 is this energy of like you're almost there. You're ready to step into the new. And I actually just saw very expressive today with my hands. I just saw this like, it was not a ladder, but for some reason, stairs. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, it is a 10-10. Wow. There's definitely something happening, something major. And it fits well with us speaking about it while being in Pisces season, because the next season is Aries. Aries is us taking action. So in Pisces season, I feel like we're dreaming. We are allowing ourselves to dream and we're creating. But there's no pressure. There shouldn't be any pressure doing Pisces season. And normally with Pisces season, it's not the season where we take most action, and it's not the season where we sign contracts. Obviously, some people do, but if we can wait until Aries season, it's better. It's better. I don't know why that sounded weird. Yeah, so if you feel the Pisces season is little, just allow yourself to dream. Be in the dreamy energy, be creative, but also know that it's okay and it's normal if you don't feel creative. But it doesn't mean that you should punish yourself for it. Just do small steps. There's still a long way. It's Aries season, so just take it easy. Easy steps. Easy does it. Well, let me know in a comment if you're going through some of these things, because each and one of us are going through this in our own way. My God, my nose is really annoying right now. Let's stretch. Let's do a moment where we're stretching. Stretch with me, people. Oh, you're not doing it right if you're not making sounds. Sound therapy. We all want something new from what we wanted before. So this is also where this energy comes in, to actually allow yourself to want what you want. Yes, it might not be in your reach right now. Yes, it might be very different. It might even be something that makes people raise the eyebrow or wrinkle their nose. You might feel uncomfortable with it, but do it anyway. Allow yourself to want something else from what you wanted before. Last year, maybe even last week. Again, our ascension, our shift happens at the most random times. We see different patterns in the world around us, in people, in the earth, especially with the earth, right? So many things are happening. And I know that can be scary because there is so many things that's happening. And I have had some of you guys actually reaching out because that you fear this change that's happening, so especially when it comes to UFO sightings and strange things happening when it comes to weather, the earth. But what I want to mention when it comes to that is that you should see yourself as this old, beautiful tree that each year grows new leaves, right? We shake them off when it comes to the end of the year. And no matter how much wind and rain and sun that pushes against your skin, your bark, your branches, your leaves, you're still grounded deep in the earth. That is you. So don't fear the changes that's going on. That we're not supposed to fear what's coming. But we all know that if there is, Spirit just put this into my mind, if there is an infection in your body, especially if it's in your skin, and it looks nasty because that is created this like kind of pimple that's like brown and we have to push it, we have to push it out. We have to push the old out, the negative, the nasty, and that is what Mother Earth is doing. And when it comes to UFO alien sightings, I feel that it is because they are just checking up on, what are you guys up to? Why is there so much chaos, and how can we help them? Because I don't think that they're going to interfere with the way that we are now, because our energy, the humans, not everyone, but there's a lot of drama going on. I do not think that they want to be a part of that, because it is high vibing beings. Yes, there might be something that's a little bit more negative. Who knows? I'm not saying there is, but I think we are way more protected than we think. But our worst enemy is ourselves, right? Yeah. So the best way is just to go with the flow and think positive, stay optimistic, because that is this big beautiful tree, right? It's like water. If you speak positive to water, it does something. If you speak negative, it falls apart. Also with plants. So yeah, I also think someone made a test when it came to rice. Like, rice turns brown when you talk negative to it. So it just says a lot about how we should speak about Mother Earth and how we should speak about ourselves. With everything that's going on right now, I also feel like we are having our body system cleansed. So pay attention. I got the message that there is going to be changes in your taste buds. Like, if you eat something and you feel like it has no taste, or it just, like it tastes gray, or it doesn't really give you joy, then it's your body telling you that you don't need that anymore. Your energy field doesn't want it. So I feel that is a part of the way our body reacts. The same with like TV shows and people, our homes, all these things. Our relationship with money, that's a big thing. It's the biggest shift ever. And that's why I feel there is so much chaos when it comes to finances, because we need to learn to have a healthy relationship when it comes to money. And also and I know this is a hard thing, because this was the hardest thing for me. Like, when we want to create things, when we want to be successful, what is one thing that we always connect with that? Money. Lots of it. And this is not to tell you that you cannot become a millionaire, because you can. But the goal of money should never be the goal, the focus, because that creates lessons on your path. Yeah. But to come back to the body, there is a lot of changes happening with what we eat, what we drink, tastes in general. So it comes down to habits once again. if there's something, like, if, I don't think that is something that's going to happen for many of us, but if you have always been a coffee drinker, and you suddenly, while drinking it, doesn't feel the same joy anymore, it's just like, why am I drinking this? Like, it doesn't do anything. Then listen to your body and be like, okay, well, maybe I need to drink something else in the morning. Don't be like, well, I have been used to drinking coffee, so I need my coffee. I need my coffee, even though that I feel like I don't like it anymore. So it's the same with everything else. Yeah. I had it recently. What was that? Oh yeah, pasta. I normally do use or eat gluten-free because obviously, now that we're speaking about it, my body doesn't want normal pasta. It doesn't. No, I get sick from it. But because I've been too used to it, I'm like, but I like it, so I'm gonna try it again. And yesterday, I actually found myself eating it and being like, it doesn't taste like anything. I don't feel joy, but I just kept eating it. And I felt sick after. So it's something I still have to work on, especially when it comes to food, because obviously food is something we use when we feel stressed, when we are bored, when we are sad. And this energy of feeling like, okay, this is enough. I feel like eating a banana and a handful of almonds, that's enough for me. Because my brain is like, well, Sandra, that's not enough. Because normally you eat this and you eat that and you eat this and that and that and that. And then you eat and you eat and you eat, but then you feel sick and you're like, well, that's strange. Yeah. So eating habits, a lot of changes is happening when it comes to that. Also with addictions, right? Yeah. I actually spoke with a client that I had for a healing session who had been, and I will say had been, an alcoholic. And I worked with her on specifically this with, drinking alcohol, especially after work. Like, she was single, she was living by herself. And when she came home, she wanted to just have a beer. And that beer turned into 2 beers. But she always felt sick. And the more that she wanted to stop drinking, the more sick she got. Like, she opened the can of beer and she was disgusted by the smell. And that was something that never bothered her before, but it started bothering her. But she still, had this like, well, this is what I normally do. I normally drink this. So she kept doing it. But by listening to her senses, we're like, okay, I hate the smell, so I'm gonna put it away. She realized that she didn't need it anymore. So no matter what it is, when it comes to addictions, it can be smoking. It can be overworking, obviously, right? It can be many things. There's no limits for addictions. It can even be talking with someone who makes you feel sick. Like, this person drains me. But still you keep talking with this person because you might feel like, well, it's the only friend that I have from my childhood, or it's the last friend that I have known for 20 years, or whatever it is. But if it's someone who drains you, like, if it starts smelling bad, you need to dig deeper. So there is a lot of things that we are all being guided away from. Life and taste will feel vibrant, joyful, energizing if it is in alignment with us. Pay attention to that, because it's not only about food or normal things, it's about everything. Are you happy with where you're living? And this can be from your home, your city, your country. It can even be that you have one specific room in your house that recently you just feel strange about it in a way. You want to change something up, but you don't really know why. So instead you're just like, you stop just walking into that room because you don't know why. But walk into the room, walk around, look at things, feel, right? Put your hands on the wallpaper if you must, on items, and be like, okay, how do I feel about you? Maybe it's the color you need to change. Maybe you need to put more color on the walls. Maybe you want to change up some pillows or a chair. Allow yourself to change up things in your life, and do not fall into the trap of being like, well, I do not have money for new pillows. Well, if you want to change the pillows, you need to put it out, you need to visualize it, and the universe will bring you the pillows. By your friends suddenly being like, hey, I don't want these pillows anymore. Do you want to have them? You would have someone giving you money, late birthday money, or you could get money from another source, and then ta-da, you could buy your pillows. Or you could be like, wait, I think I have old pillows laying somewhere. Or I have these curtains that I can create into new pillows, whatever it is. Yeah. Whatever we want to manifest, it's always in our immediate reality. There's something in your surroundings that you can use to manifest what you want. And another thing that's happening is that a lot of us, all of us, is being guided into new and different experiences in life, which comes down to what we already have spoken about. But I feel like a lot of you guys, you have started on it, but then you have put it to the side. So you need to look closer. You need to take back this thing and tell your consciousness, because there's a lot of changes happening when it comes to our subconscious and our conscious, with what we can do and what we can't. I think we have been really used to actually telling ourselves we can't do certain things. And that is something that is changing. So pay attention to this feeling of being excited about something. It keeps coming back, I feel, in your life. You keep having this excitement for something. Yeah. It almost feels like the universe is actually giving you this like new power for you to actually know in what new direction you're going in. Like it seems so easy, like everything is going to flow easy, but you need to tune into it. You need to tune into the frequency of these new powers of yours. And I actually want to just take a moment to just thank everyone who has booked readings and sessions with me, because it really uplifts my purpose, and I really, really enjoy it. I enjoy helping you guys so much, especially when it is one-to-one, right? Because I always learn something from all of you, and hopefully you guys learn something from me. If it's in a private session, or if it's through YouTube or Patreon. So also, thank you for everyone who is on Patreon, because it helps me out so much with me being able to continuing on creating content on YouTube. It is because of all of you, obviously, watching my videos, liking, commenting, because that is how YouTube obviously works now, right? The more comments and likes and subscriptions you have, the more money you make. But I just want to say thank you all for making this dream a reality. So now I got that off my chest, let's dig deeper. One of the messages that came through from Spirit is that you're working together with different angels or beings when it comes to cutting out things from your life. And we spoke and touched on this before. No matter what it is, if it's people, work, environment, addictions. But the way that I've shown this, and it's funny because I think some of you guys are actually working with Archangel Michael, if you associate or if you connect with him, because I saw this like big sword, like cutting a lot of strings, which means that there can be this energy of feeling a little bit more lonely, a little bit more abandoned, a little bit more sad, empty, because there is a lot of things being cut away from your life. It's too heavy, I heard. Too much heaviness, too much clutter. Yeah. So again, it boils down to actually also the weekend reading, right? Decluttering. Was that the weekend reading? I'm unsure. Anyway, decluttering, pulling out the heavy energy from our life. So you're not doing it alone. And now that angels and beings are helping you, they are ruthless when it comes to removing things. So if you feel a little bit more sensitive and lonely, know that it is because they're cutting away things so that there's more space for the right things. And the easier, the faster you accept the lighter load, the things that has left your life, the things that are leaving your life, the faster it can be replaced with better and newer things. Remember that. Don't hold on to something that doesn't make sense anymore, just because that it's been a routine, and it's just because that, like we spoke about, it's been with you forever. We are meant to shift and change, right? Yeah. That's why we get older, because we would not learn the same lessons if we stayed young forever. That would be a strange life, wouldn't it? Think about that. If we would have stayed 12 forever, this life would just be a mess. Another thing that Spirit guided me to talk about is that there's a lot of shifts happening when it comes to businesses. And a lot of you have been, are, at this moment, guided to leave behind old businesses, contracts, workspaces, whatever it is for you. There could be a lot of shifts in people that you're working with, people leaving, people or new people coming. And on the other hand, there is a lot of new ideas, inspiration coming. But it also means that we need to push our boundaries with that, try new things. Like me with ASMR. It's way bigger than me just creating and making ASMR videos, because it actually does something for my future. Because I put myself out there in a new way. So the purpose might not be the end result of me having major success with ASMR videos, but it's a part of my growth to create it. So dig deeper today and see what is my inspiration and what I want to create. What is that a part of? Because the end result, I heard that, the end result is not the end result. There's a bigger picture that you don't see yet. And this is where you need to trust, which I know that can be hard sometimes, but trust. And that is why I'm here, right? That's why I do more of these one-on-one sessions. And it's funny because I actually, is that 2 years ago? Remember I put out this like a coaching session and nothing happened back then. But the moment I let it be, I have more and more people wanting help. And the more that I do this kind of help, I realize that I'm actually coaching. So I'm actually doing what I always wanted to do, maybe not in the same way, but we all have to start one way or another, right? And then to see what is this going to be in the future. Well, we don't know. but I'm open for the change. And it's an exciting future, all of us. No matter how much mess you might feel like you have, chaos you might feel like you have, no matter how lonely you feel, you have a bright future because it's your birthright. But you do need to crawl out of your own way. I heard you need to crawl out of the heavy blanket and into the world. Because if you hide yourself under the blanket, I actually think we spoke about the blanket last time I made the Ascension video. I will link it up here if I can find it. Because I spoke about Ascension symptoms, because I don't think I'm going to touch on that in this video. Yeah. Crawl out of the blanket, the heavy blanket. The more we lay under this heavy blanket, the heavier it gets, and the more lonely we feel. The more we cut off people, which we're not supposed to do. Så er vi dansk. Now I'm just becoming very Danish. Så skal vi feste. I said, now we're going to party. But, yeah. Out with the old and in with the new. Be excited for life. Because the more excitement you put out, the more excitement will come your way. Playing around with my rose desert. Is that what it's called? Desert rose. The selenite. I have a lot to talk about today, I can feel. And I just got super cold, so Spirit is here. If you want to say something, Spirit, you can go close to the microphone. Did we hear something? It's very cold here. Magic. You are being prepared to open up the door. A new door. While I stare into the future. I stare into I don't know what to call that. In front of me. Okay, far away in front of me. I see a camping trailer. And the sun is shining, but there is a tree that's allowing the shadows to dance around. And there is like this sunny round area by the door handle. What does that mean? Well, it means that sometimes we do walk in darkness, right? But the sun will always show the way. But yeah, you're recreating something. But to come back to the business, you're recreating something when it comes to business ideas, when it comes to what you want to do. You're allowing yourself to think bigger. And you are actually finding out how to act on it. Don't search for it. Just be creative, and the sun will light on the doors that you need to open. So there will be a great change when it comes to your work, how you make money, how you can make money, your workspace. You're opening up for your creative senses when it comes to what it is that you want to do. So pay attention to that, especially in Pisces season, because there is a flow, a flux, I heard. There is a flow when it comes to how we can dig into our creativity and how we can undo things, make mistakes, I heard. It's all being shown to you. It's all being shown to you. There will be a better and an easier way when it comes to how you can make money. And it's going to flow easier. faster, larger. Larger sums of money will come your way with that. And it's something that's happening throughout the next year ahead. So all the way into 2024. 3 months into 2024, I heard. Got the cold shivers again. And I actually got lightheaded with that. You do not need to take over my body. And I also feel like you're being asked to fully let go of control. Either you trying to control situations or people trying to control you. This can also be through social media, the government, news. Don't be controlled by what you see, but instead tap into this energy of, is what I see and hear, is it in alignment with me? Is it true? Is it the truth? Is it my truth? Because obviously it can be other people's truth. Because I feel it does depend on other people's growth. Yeah. That also means that, and that is something that I really feel for people, for us people, because I have been one of them, getting better at that, who always wants to fix and help other people, especially the people who are lost. We do have the tendency to overtake their burdens and their energy. And by doing that, we create a mess in our own life, in our own energy. So that's something you're learning to be like, okay, not my circus, not my monkeys. So again, no matter what it is, tap into this energy of like, am I in alignment with this that I'm looking at, that I'm watching, that I'm hearing? And if not, just tap out of it. Walk away. You don't need to excuse it. You don't need to excuse yourself. You don't need to explain why. You just have to leave. And I do believe that we are moving through this ascension as a collective. That means that we are all supporting each other. I am supporting you, you're supporting me. So pay attention to that. It is important to support each other, to be kind to each other, to stand by each other. It's important to stay on a high frequency as a collective, to hold space for each other, one another. Because the more that you do this, the more gifts are coming your way, the better you will feel, the easier things will flow, the more synchronicities and miracles, blessings, the more you attract the right people, the right circumstances into your life. You're going to just have this feeling of knowing in what direction you're going in. You're going to feel free and loved. You're going to feel more peaceful as you go out there expressing yourself, your authentic self. And that means that everything around you will do the same. Because like attracts like. And I feel that is actually, it's one thing that I do want to say is, first of all, thank you to whoever sent me this. I do not remember that I put this on my Amazon wishlist, but it arrived yesterday. Louise Hay. I love Louise Hay. She made the book, is it called You Can Heal Yourself? It's so magical. If you have Audible, you should listen to it because that's mind-blowing. So I didn't know that she made cards and there wasn't any messages in the box. So whoever sent me these, thank you so much. If you want to gift me something from my Amazon wishlist, it is down below. But there's so many cute cards. So let's see what the universe wants us to know with what we have spoken about today. This one is there something else. So the first one is, I am not restricted by limiting beliefs. Yes. I am gentle, kind, and comforting to my inner child as we uncover and release the old negative messages from family and society. We just spoke about that. I no longer judge or criticize myself. I am free to love who I am. I forgive myself for any wrongdoing. That shall be the message for today. The chit chat, the talk. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys got something out of this, because this is a very important time, and I'm so grateful that we have each other in this space. So with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.